Hi there, I'm Trucker Ray, and before we get to our presentation, I wanted to share with you a new way to contact me. That's right, I finally got a post office box. A lot of you have been sending emails and leaving comments on my YouTube channel, and that is awesome, but I know some of you still like snail mail. So, if you have something you'd like to send, whether it's a card, or you want to buy me a cup of coffee, or whatever it might be, this is where you send it. P.O. Box 12306, Langley, RPO, which stands for Royal Post Office, Logan Creek, British Columbia, Canada, V2Y0Y7. That's P.O. Box 12306, Langley, RPO, Logan Creek, BC, Canada, V2Y0Y7. Now, if you're ready, let's get to our presentation. Wow, we picked a lousy time to drive through here, but we don't have much of a choice. On our way to Hood River, pick up a load that's going to Mexico down into Nogales. Hi everyone, I am Trucker Ray. Welcome to my channel. If you're viewing for the very first time, I share my experiences out on the highways of North America as a Christian truck driver, and I love to share the gospel of Yeshua, Jesus Christ our Lord. And if you have been here before, welcome back. It's good to have you here. Received a lot of positive feedback from the last video that I put out, my inaugural video with my new software and the new look. And you guys especially really enjoyed that. A lot of you had sent me messages, emails, which is pretty awesome. A lot of you like the sleeper view, which definitely gives you a totally different look. I got Dale in front of me here, Trucker Dale. He's got the ocean trailer. I guess we rented a trailer. I guess we were low on trailers. Maybe because of the other one that's still sitting in Maricopa right now. He's heading down to Hood River as well. And we're both going to Nogales. We're basically picking up at the same place and delivering at the same place. That's right, we're delivering in Mexico. I think I'll make that very clear. Somebody had mentioned on a previous video, do you know it's illegal to pick up in the US and deliver in the US? I'm like, yeah. And that's not what we do. We deliver into Mexico. And I got the pesos to prove it. Because you need pesos to get across the toll when you cross into Mexico. So again, thank you for the wonderful feedback regarding the new video format. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, this is like I said, a lousy time to be coming through here, but we don't really have much of a choice. Trying to figure out why aren't more people using that express lane over there. They'd rather be bottlenecked in here. Yeah, anyhow. So look at this day. It's gorgeous out here. It's beautiful. And so normally what we do when we head down to Hood River, we'll take the I-5 all the way down through Seattle, through Olympia, through right down up to Portland, and then we jump on the 84 from there, and then we go over to Hood River. But because of the time of day and the traffic and everything is just really bad in Seattle right now, and it's going to be like that through all the towns as you head down. And so we figured we're just going to take the 90. We're on the 405 now, and then we take the 90 and then jump on the 97 out of the Yakima area and go right across. It's about a 30-minute difference. It's not that big of a deal, but once we get past all of this congestion here on the 90, it's pretty well going to be smooth sailing. So maybe I'll get Dale to say hello. Say hello, Dale.
Say hello, Dale. Hello, Dale.
Yeah, so I installed my big radio today, so I got it in the truck. So now I am fully ready and equipped. Yeah. So everything is good. So I tell you what, why don't we open up with a prayer before we start this journey? I'd like to do that. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for another trip, another opportunity to drive the highways, to do what I love to do. Lord, would you please watch over myself and Dale on this trip and keep the animals on the road safe from our trucks. Help us to make it there and back successfully. Would you watch over our families, those that we love very much, our children, in his case, his wife, my daughters, or my daughter, my granddaughters and my grandsons, and my dear mother, and just my sisters, Michelle and Christine and Marilyn. Be with them all, Lord, and my good friends. I have a lot of good friends. It's hard to name them all. So I'm just going to say, Lord, bless all my friends, please. Because if I forget someone's name, they might be offended. Or forget to mention them, rather. So, Lord, please be with us on this trip. And thank you again for your blessings. And please, oh God, I pray that you will see to the needs of everybody watching this video right now, whatever that need might be. Whether it might be financially or whether it might be physically. Be with them all, Lord. In Yeshua's name I pray, amen. Some of you might be wondering, if you're here for the first time, why do I use the name Yeshua? Yeshua is the Hebrew name for Jesus. That was his Hebrew name. And I've had people argue with me about that. No, Jesus was his original name. Well, there's no J in the Hebrew alphabet, so you have to know that. You have to see that, yeah, that it's Yeshua. Yeshua. All right, well, we'll just keep crawling along here. Hopefully we'll be out of this soon. Well, good morning, everyone. Just before 7. Just getting myself ready. My sleep last night wasn't too bad. Seems to be me and one other gentleman here. Dale had to go get his load up the road for some reason. Same company, just up the road. Kind of strange. A little bit odd. All right, I've been given a door. So, looks like my load is ready. Everything's good. 19 skids to load on, which is good. You gotta be careful around here. These forklifts, man, they're flying around here. They just don't care who's running around. Nice warm morning out here. Man, I'm telling you one thing, I'm liking this November so far. I really am. It's not bad at all. So it's a little heavy on the drive?
You're heavy. 35, 460 on the
Okay,
drive.
so we can do...
And you're 32.3, so you got tons of room to come back. Your gross is fine.
Okay, well, that's good. Okay, so...
So you got to come back about 5 holes.
yeah, okay.
6 holes even.
All right, I'll back it up. Well, actually, I'll just bring it forward and slide it.
You know those two gas stations where that dog last night when we were coming in was on the road? So it'll be on our right-hand side. You turn right there and you just go down to the very end of the street, and it's the last building on the right.
Oh, okay. Well, as you can see, I'm finally moving. We are finally moving. Got my paperwork about 5-10 minutes ago. It's a shame. We get here late last night just so we can get loaded early. We get loaded early and we got to sit around for 3 or 4 hours. Very frustrating. And it's not the customer, it's not where we picked up, it's not their fault, it's the inspector. I guess they have a lot of sheds to go to. Friday's a busy day. So again, but it's okay. I'm not driving any later than I need to tonight. We're not in a rush. We have extra time on our hands, so that's a good thing. It's just a little frustrating sometimes when you want to get to a place early, get loaded up, and get moving so you can enjoy some part of your evening. But it never seems to work out that way anymore. You're always driving until your limit, and then you eat your meal before you go to bed, which is never a good thing, and then you're in bed. So.
Okay, so it's up here where that UPS truck is turning right. That's where you turn. And you go down right to the end of the street. If you take a peek when we go by there, it's the last building on the right-hand side.
Alrighty. Oh wow, the old one.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that place.
Sorry, what?
Said, look at that place. That's ancient. Oh, look at that nice colonial home on the right. FNC Colonial. That's a nice one. I always absolutely adore that house when I go by it. It's nice.
That's a mansion. I bet you back in the day, that was like the mansion of the landowner that owned all the orchards.
Oh, yeah. Look at these colors. Look at the colors of the leaves. Look at them come down. Isn't this nice?
This is absolutely gorgeous right here. I love this time of year.
Beautiful. Yeah, this is nice. Gonna absorb this right now. This is a wonderful time of the year.
The temperature's been dropping all day, and it's probably a good thing we're getting out of here when we are.
I think so too, because you notice that tractor that was driving up the road there? He had a little salt spreader on the back of it.
Ah, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna maybe get a little bit of weather here. So yeah, we couldn't be leaving at a better time. Well, good morning, everyone. We are on our way. It's a bit of an early one, yes. It's we have reasoning behind our badness here, so we can get to our location and guarantee a decent parking spot over there in Rio Rico. And besides, why not get there early? It starts our day a little bit early. Yeah, so we're going to jump on the 95 here, and hopefully we don't run into any animals here. Exit 12 is what we want. Ruby Road. And now there's two different places we can park. We can either park at the Pilot. If there's spots in front that we like to park in, which has the most visibility, cameras, safer. You're not gonna have so many people backing into you, ripping the side of your truck off. Or there's also the Loves, and I think Dale might be going over to check the Loves. I won't bug him right now. We will see soon enough. 18 degrees out here. Beautiful weather. It's nice. Very nice. Sorry if I got it a little, if you can hear it blowing a little much on the defrost. I'm trying to keep it a little cool in here. Sometimes it can get a little bit warm. It's hard to tell from here. So are you going to go over there and check it out, or are you going to wait for me to see if there's a spot over here?
Well, let's give it an eyeball at the light and see.
Okay. Yeah. So we were
Looks
gonna.
like there's individual pockets there.
Let's take a look. Oh, you mean the one at the pilot? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. It's hard to tell from here what's going on at the Loves. But we're here early.
Yeah, I'll go to Love's.
We are here early enough. Yeah, I would ignore that sign that says no trucks.
So we go where that white pickup is coming out, that's where we turn in?
Yeah, that's where you're going. I guess they're saying that sign, no parking, you're not allowed to get any trucks during up the frontage road past that bridge. Yeah, so anyway, it was a nice short day today, which is a blessing. So I am going to check it out here and see what options we have here. And it's early enough here where we should have... Ooh, look at that. I see one guy pulling out, and if that's the case, there might be 2 spots right at the very, very end. No, maybe only 1. Do 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 do. I wonder. That wouldn't be a bad spot. Then I wouldn't have to. Well, there is 2 spots here. Nah, there's a trailer. Nah. You know what? I really did not think there would be this many trucks here parked in front. I wonder how half of these guys probably aren't even here.
Okay, we got 2 here that are going to be super easy in, super easy out.
Are they next to each other?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna come over. This place is filthy right now anyway. It really is dirty here. We want to go over there anyway. He wants to do some laundry. He'd rather use a washer and dryer that's not really filthy. And because it's a new setup over there, you know that's going to be probably quite clean. So we'll see here what they got here. I should be able to get right across here. Oh no. Oh wow, look at the way they got this set up. If you leave the pilot, you're not gonna get in, but I'm gonna make it work anyway. Oh, great. Now we're gonna have a whole bunch of cars here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's make it work. Here we go. Well, we'll see where he went. Where exactly are you?
Come around to the front of the vehicle.
Okie dokie. Oh, there's a lot of spots in here to park, but yeah. Oh, there's tons of parking in here. That's surprising. Well, I mean, we didn't think there'd be very much for parking in here anyway. Easy in, easy out. Okay. That works. Unless that guy that's right next to him is going to end up leaving. Hello, my friends, and welcome to this edition of Bible Break. I am Ray Gaucher. Absolute pleasure to have you with me once again. I'm glad you're here because we're going to be reading out of Acts chapter 12. Wonderful story about when Peter gets arrested and then delivered out of prison. And there is two really important, probably several more, but two really important things that God, I believe, is revealing through His Word, how powerful prayer is, and second of all, when God has a plan for someone, no man on earth is going to stop Him. He's God. No man on earth is going to stop what God has to do. So, reading out of the King James translation, we're going to be reading from, again, chapter 12, verses 1 down to 19. And before we dive into this, let's open up with prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you for this time together. Thank you for everyone that's watching. If there's someone out there that needs to hear this story to help boost their faith, Lord, thank you for using me to do this. Please help me to convey this message, this true message, and to show everyone that's viewing how incredibly powerful and amazing you are. In Yeshua's name I pray, amen. All right, gang, you ready? Verse 1. Now, about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the assembly. So he decided, I'm going to make an example out of these people that follow Jesus. I'm going to worry them. I'm going to create some fear into them. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. Now, James was an apostle. So you will see here there's another James in this story, but that's not the same person. It's the half-brother of Jesus. We'll get to that. So, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it please the Jews, this pleased the Jews to see James killed. He proceeded further to take Peter. And those were the days of unleavened bread. So here comes Passover. And I think even Herod knows not to be foolish enough to do something like this on the Passover. So he decides to apprehend him. Verse 4. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him. So here's Peter. He's been apprehended. He's in prison. There are 4 soldiers watching him. Quaternion means there's 4 soldiers that were assigned to him. 2 watching him and 2 watching the main door, as you will see shortly. Let's just go back here. And he apprehended him, he put him in prison, and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Passover to bring him forth to the people. So again, waiting until Passover is over, then he'll bring him forth to the people and kill him. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the assembly unto Elohim for him. There were friends and family that were praying for Peter's release and praying for his safety. And they were praying, as it says, without ceasing. This was a prayer vigil for Peter. Verse 6. And when Herod would have brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains. And the keepers before the door kept the prison. So the 4 soldiers are in there. He's even bound to 2 soldiers with chains. Do you think Peter's going to get anywhere in Herod's mind? There's no way. Well, he's got another thing coming. And behold, the angel of Yahweh came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. So Peter's in prison. He's sleeping between the 2 soldiers. And a light comes into the prison. The angel of the Lord shows up. And he gives Peter a little, maybe he pushed him. It said he smote him, but that's like a gentle blow, like getting his attention. Hey, get up. Verse 8. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he saith unto him, Cast thy garments about thee and follow me. So here's Peter putting on his sandals. He's getting on whatever clothes he had there. He probably wasn't wearing a whole lot. And he's now following the angel of the Lord. Verse 9. And when he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. So Peter's like, this isn't happening. I must be dreaming. No, this isn't happening. I can imagine the reaction on him. And when they were past the first and second ward, they came unto the iron gate, which leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of its own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street. And forthwith the angel departed from him. When the angel obviously knew when Peter was safe, he departed. So they come up to this big iron gate, and I can imagine it was huge, and it just opens by itself. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody can see what's going on. No one's paying attention, or the Lord has every one of them in a daze. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, Now I know of a surety that Yahweh hath sent his angel, and hath delivered me out of the hand of Herod, and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. So it says here, and when Peter was come to himself, I think this is when Peter finally woke up, like, okay, this is happening, okay. And when he had considered the things, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together praying. So here is the group with the prayer vigil, and he comes to their house, and he's, Hey, it's Peter, let me in. And as Peter knocked on the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken, named Rhoda. And when she knew Peter's voice, she heard his voice at the door. Did she open the door? It's Peter, everyone! No. She opened not the gate for gladness, but ran in and told how Peter stood before the gate. She doesn't open the door out of excitement. She's so shocked Peter's at the door, she runs in and tells them. And the group, more or less, says, And they said unto her, Thou art mad, you're nuts. But she constantly affirmed that it was even so. Then they said, It is his angel. It's probably his spirit that's at the door. You're imagining things. But Peter continued knocking. And when they had opened the door and saw him, they were astonished. They probably thought, wow, this prayer really works. But he, beckoning unto them with the hand, to hold their peace, declared unto them how Yahweh had brought him out of the prison. And he said, Go shew these things unto James and to the brethren. James, the half-brother of Jesus. Go show this to Jesus' half-brother. It's not the same James that died earlier. And he departed and went into another place. Now it becomes really sad for the soldiers that were appointed to Peter. Now as soon as it was day, there was no small stir among the soldiers. I guess not. They're probably like, where is he? Search this place. They were worried. There was no small stir among the soldiers what was become of Peter. You can tell a lot of them were probably wishing they weren't there. And when Herod had sought for him and found him not, he examined the keepers. He didn't sit there and play checkers with them. He probably beat them. Because they might have thought it was a conspiracy. They might have thought they were doing something to go against him. They might have thought the soldiers were spies. So he examined the keepers and commanded that they should be put to death. Because Herod is not going to believe the angel of the Lord came in and released Peter. Herod's more or less thinking, you let him go. You are spies. Have them killed. I'm assuming this, but that sounds about right, wouldn't it? And he went down from Judea to Caesarea and there abode. So there you go, friends. I wanted to share this story because when you pray, especially if it's a prayer vigil or you pray without ceasing, God hears your prayers. He hears your prayers. And it's amazing how that's the very first place that Peter went. Peter could have went anywhere, but he probably was put on him by the Lord. Go to this place. They're praying for you. And imagine what it did for the faith of everyone in that room. We don't really know how many people were there praying for Peter. But it's still, to them, it must have been pretty amazing. And second of all, God had lots of plans for Peter. And Herod wanted to cut that short. And the Lord's like, no. When I have a job for someone, no man on earth is going to stop me. No man on earth is going to alter my plans. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this, friends. Leave a comment below on what you thought. And do subscribe to receive all the Bible breaks and other videos on this channel. And if you did like the video, please do like the video. Hit the little like button because it does help other people find it. Until next time, everyone, God bless you all in the name of Yeshua. Bye for now. Good morning, everyone. It's kind of nice to have a day to rest and relax. Yesterday, giving Dale a hand with installing a set of lights on the front of his truck. And they look so good. I'm like, I gotta get a set of those. They're halogen lights. They're like little mini light bars that you can actually put some of the yellow cellophane right on there, the 3M, and they are bright and they are really, really nice. They just light up the whole front of the truck. And we're thinking of the bad weather when we eventually get to it, or really, really foggy, or just lousy weather in general. And when they're needed, I mean, I don't know how well the 3M is going to stay on there. I don't know how long that stuff's going to stay on there. How well it'll stay on. I'll bet you anything Dale sends me a message. You didn't forget to put yourself in personal conveyance, did you? No. I've done that before and then I ruined my whole reset and I'm like, oh no. So anyway, I'm heading down to Harbor Freight. That's a place out here in the US that's equivalent to Princess Auto, kinda, in Canada. And pick up a set of lights. They are a little bit more pricey out here in the US. But the reason why I'm getting the ones that he got is because we spent 2 or 3 hours installing those lights on his. The second installation is going to be easier because we've already done it. And the neat thing about this installation is that there is no holes that we drilled, no damage whatsoever to any bit of the vehicle. Just ran wires. We bolted through the mesh on the sorry about that. Yeah, we bolted through the mesh on the front of the grill, which didn't require any bolts, or should I say didn't require any drilling. Just you put the bolt in, you put your washers in and tighten it down and she's ready to go. So the bracket installs very nicely, again, without making any kind of damage to the vehicle. And that's why I thought, you know what, this is the way to go. And figured out exactly with the wiring harness on that one, how well it worked. So I figured, you know what, I don't really care about the money situation. I just want something that works. It's probably going to be at least $40 more, maybe even $50 more. But it's a lot easier than trying to figure out another wiring harness, like, okay, how does this go and how does that go? This way, we know exactly what to do. So he's probably going to help me with that later. And show you a little later what they look like with these lights lit up. They're very, very bright. Yeah, it's very nice. And it gives me a chance to get out and drive around a little bit. So, yeah, Harbor Freight is their destination. It's only about 4 or 5 miles up the road. Oh, this parking lot's full. I don't think they're here for the tacos and hot dogs. Oh, there's a Planet Fitness. Ah, okay, that's probably what that's all about. So the place I want is right there on the right, Harbor Freight Tools. That's the place I want right there. So I'll park it, we'll go inside, and hopefully they still have some lighting in there. I'm pretty sure they would. I mean, it was only yesterday since we've been in there. And here are the lights right here. Those are $84. For all Road Shock. Oh boy, I wonder what the ratings are on these things.
Hey guys, it's Blair with Revit Auto, and in this video we're going to be doing an updated review of the Harbor Freight Road Shock LED light bars. On our tire truck behind us, we have the 32, the 42, and the 52-inch light bars that also act as a spot floodlight as well. These things are incredibly bright. We've been using them for about a year now, and they're absolutely positively high quality product. Our oldest version of our oldest truck has 4 years.
Okay. So these are 2120 luminums per light. That's pretty good, actually. That's actually very bright, and there's only one left here. Look at this, 8,000 luminums for this light bar. That'd be something else. 3,800. But the reason why we want the individual lights, because we want to be able to adjust them a little bit so it's a little wider. This won't go on the grill as easy.
Would you like a replacement plan?
A what, sorry?
Replacement plan.
No, it's fine. Actually, what is the replacement plan?
We have a 1 year and 2 years. You just bring it and we'll give you a new one. No questions asked.
Really? Yeah, okay, I'll do that for 2 years.
I just need your phone number though.
Okay, let's do 778. Location?
First name? Yes, any Harbor Freight.
Ray, R-A-Y. Okay, well I got a 2-year replacement plan on the lights. I know that doesn't seem like, well, why bother with the lights like that? Well, that's about $200 Canadian right there, so. And if anything goes wrong with them, why not get them replaced? No questions asked. I'm really bad with receipts, but I guarantee you I won't lose this one. Yeah, you certainly need that J-Con with that empty trailer. So that was about $198 Canadian. But they are bright. And the reason why I got them is because we know how to install these on the truck, as I said. And they're a bit brighter than any of the other individual singles, and they are very bright. When you see later, they are insanely bright, and it'll be a pretty easy install. I did it earlier today. I'm just gonna have to dig out some stuff. I got a few things I can use with it. Just got to find a good place for this where I won't lose it. So I'll make my way back over to the Loves and do my install. Alright friends, all finished with our install. You'd never know it that anything was installed. We used our op switch. There's only one switch on this whole dash that we can use. So what we did, it got them installed like so. These are nice. These are like 2,100 aluminum each. That means there's 4,000 combined here, which is really nice. They're small enough where they're not going to really be in the way of anything, and they're super bright. I'll show you how bright they are a little later on, not right now. I've looked into these things enough. Yeah, very, very nice. Got an extended plan on it, so if anything goes wrong with them within 2 years, they exchange them without any questions. And yeah, they're all ready to go. And I'll be showing you what they look like too a little later on. There's Dale's. Dale's did his yesterday, so he's got his on too. So are you decent? I think he's trying to install a new inverter. Oh, I still can't see ya. There he is. Say hi.
Hey, oh.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm doing a inverter swap out.
Huh?
We're gonna go from dirty power to clean power on a DC to AC inverter.
Yeah, your other one kind of messed up, didn't it?
Well, I was a little concerned when I smelled smoke. And I've got my computers and everything hooked up to it, so I didn't think that was a good sign.
So did the holes line up?
A couple of them are going to, so it should be fine. And I got some self-tappers here anyways that I can just run them right through the bottom.
Ah. Well, we're over here at one of the places that does our inspections. We decided to come over here and make ourselves some dinner so we can get inspected in the morning and do our delivery into Mexico. How's it taste? We're cooking steak and some other meat. Oh, is that for me or you? You. Oh, thank you. Yeah, those are good drinks.
I'm carnivore dieting.
He's carnivore dieting. Now he's trying out my lifestyle. Do you want some more of the seasoning or anything?
No, I'm good. Oh, the steaks are great.
Aren't they good? Yeah. So we're just making some food, and then later on we're going to test out the new lights, but we wanted to get darker. So wait for that. It's going to be pretty cool. We're going to light up the dark side of the moon, baby.
Yeah. Boys in their toys.
Boys in their toys.
Oh,
Morning, everyone. I have received my paperwork. The other two trucks, there's one other truck that showed up here. I think it's Dave and Michelle. Nice couple. and Dale, yeah, they haven't received their paperwork yet. So I am on my way solo. And I would wait for Dale, but chances are, there's always a chance you're going to be inspected when you go down there. So it's like, why even, why wait? Because if we go down together and then I get pulled in and I get inspected, then then we're going through this whole thing, the waiting thing then, right? And if you get inspected into in place that you can't just pull over and wait for your friend, you got to keep going. So hopefully we don't get inspected on the way in. Hopefully we don't. So what a beautiful day it's turned out to be today. I got some decent sleep after that really good hearty meal last night. Slept really, really good. For those of you that are on the carnivore diet, I did notice something really unusual. Yesterday I just had a real craving for something sweet, so I decided to have a Dr. Pepper Zero, which doesn't have any sugar or carbs or anything, and I had that yesterday. And it's amazing when you're not even eating, when you're not even taking in anything like that for a long time, and all of a sudden you decide to have something like that. It did not agree with me this morning. It didn't. My body did not like that I did that. So I'm like, okay, well, I won't do that again. I think I'll just stick to water and carbonated water. Yeah, wasn't very good at all. But that's okay. I learned something from that. But it's really amazing. I've never had that happen before, where your body is just like, what are you doing? So I know it kind of looks like I'm backtracking here a little bit, but that road that heads, that frontage road there that heads down to the light, where the pilot is, it's a bit of a bumpy road. This is actually quicker to go this way, and then I can just jump on the freeway and head straight down. So yeah, so hopefully everything goes well today. I have no idea what my reload is yet, but we'll find out as soon as we get back from the border. There's no sense on giving us a reload if there's some kind of complication on the Mexican side, and then that load has to be given to somebody else. So we usually give the management a message, hey, we're crossing back, we're back in the USA. Once we get through this scale, or should I say, once I get through to customs, we're pretty well good as gold to let them know we're back in the USA. What do you got for me? So I don't know. There's a lot of trucks down here in the Nogales, Rio Rico area. So we may be reloading right out of here. So we'll wait and see. This is a kind of a strange place for a stop sign. You've got a lane here that keeps going. The lane coming off the highway doesn't have anything to do with this lane, but you've got to stop here. You think this would be a merging lane? Oh well, that's kind of weird. You guys might remember on my last trip, Divine Flavor up there, where I went to find out that the load got canceled. Remember I was telling you before when I was overlooking the parking lot that I remember coming here with I-Haul, maybe even with H&R, and always thinking, boy, we're getting a little too close to the border. So I figured, we'll ride along a little bit with you, and I'll show you what's past this, just in case you are a driver and this is as far as you've ever gone, and you're like, oh gee, I wonder really what's past here. Well, let me show you. I made this trip into Mexico on the Nogales border. I don't know how many times I've gone through here, a dozen times. but I haven't been here since last year. So, or was it the beginning of the year? Can't remember. It's been a long time. So there are some little things that you may forget, but it's always good just to pay attention to what you're doing. So just past it, yeah, Divine Flavor there. Your border, the border is literally 1 mile from here. So I was going to get in the left lane, but I can't. There's someone right there. So there's also a pilot up here where there's a big parking lot here where you can park, but they charge you for parking. So just on the top of the hill, bingo, your border crossing is there, as you can see, open from 6 to 10 p.m. Because I like to respect all border crossings with no cameras, we'll meet you on the other side. Yeah, we're through the first part of the border, so we're okay to show you this bit. So you go through customs, well, part of the border over this way, but their main customs is ahead there. But even though I go through the booths over there, I still turn the cameras off. So we'll show you a little bit here. Not a lot to show you here, except it is very, very congested border. A lot of the time you'll see on the way back, you'll see a lot of people that will be walking down the middle of the road, and they will be selling you stuff. It's very different driving through here. You get through that little booth there, you're into Mexico, you think, hey, I'm home free. And then you run into the customs up ahead here. So you're well in Mexico before you get stopped if you shouldn't be doing something, and they get you. Like, there's no just coming across the border really fast back into the US. If you're smuggling or doing something you shouldn't be doing, and you're about 5 miles almost into the border, into Mexico rather. So if you're thinking of doing anything that's illegal, don't. Not on this border crossing. You won't get very far back. San Luis, once you cross into the border, the U.S. border is right there. And I think most of the border crossings are the same. This one is a lot different. This one's very unique. Very unique. That guy's decal is going to come right off of his car. But those guys are probably driving those across the border for parts. You can always tell. That one there, I don't even know if he had a muffler on his car. So anyway, we'll make our way a little bit closer.
Okay, I am officially through customs.
And this is where it gets dusty. Policia! You know what? That's the first time I have ever seen a police vehicle in Mexico. That's interesting, isn't it? First time. Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of... Is that a lineup on that side, or is there a lineup on this? Oh, no. This is... I do believe that's... I wonder if that's the entrance that I take on the way back. Let me take... There's a little thing that'll tell you. It's been a while since I've done this. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta go in between those two barricades, right? Oh, these roads are nice, aren't they? Kind of reminds me of driving through Winnipeg. Yeah, it does. Well, there's not a lot to show you here, except just a lot of lousy roads and bit of a straightaway here. You're not going to see too much for houses or anything. There's a little bit more of the industrial area as we get a little bit further. Not much here. But you know what? There's a part of me that would love to drive further into Mexico. Maybe I'm insane, I don't know. But I mean, if you were with 2 or 3 other drivers and you're kind of going in a bit of a convoy to deliver a load, say 20 or 30, 40, 50 miles in, and you're all together, you know, I'd probably do that. As a single individual driver, I don't know if I would do that, just because you just don't know what you're going to run into, and you're safer in numbers, right? But in some cases you may not be, right? If someone decided to rip you off and there was a lot more of them than us and they had automatic weapons, well, I'd say they'd probably win. But overall, my experience driving in Mexico has been pretty pleasant. The Mexican people are very pleasant. They are. They're pleasant, they're friendly, and they have killer food. I wish I would have had a little bit more pesos on me. I think I might in my envelope, but I'm gonna have to go to the bank, and I'm gonna have to figure out what the equivalency of like 20 American dollars is or something. I think it's like 400 pesos or something. I might be wrong. See, this is part of the industrial area here. Not much of one, but you'll see some trucking companies along this route here. But there's one thing I have noticed too. You do see a lot of old vehicles, because a lot of them are, yeah, they're fine by Mexican standards, even if the tailpipe is dragging down the road. So, I guess this guy wants to pass me. Well, I'm only doing the speed limit, but I'll save him the trouble and I'll speed up for him. So we're not too far away from where we're delivering, just up the road here. Okay, well, I just closed my doors because you need to have them open when you're crossing through and you're empty. Look at this lineup on the left-hand side. That is a double, that whole lineup starts way over there and it goes all the way around, and these are all the guys that need to go through X-ray. Look at the wait. Gonna be sitting here at least an hour, maybe 40 minutes to get to the X-ray. I was very fortunate. I didn't need it. I got released. So, maybe because I'm an empty trailer, I really don't know. But I've been through here empty where I've had to go through the X-ray. But that's tedious. Oh my goodness, that is a long, long journey. to go through there. So we have one more booth to go here where the guy just grabs the, takes my ace, or he'll, I don't know which ones are opened here. This one's green, that one's green, that one's red. So let's just go to this one. I don't know if there's anybody in that one at all. There might be somebody in that one, but you can't tell. Is there somebody in all of them? Oh, that is open. So is that one. Oh, well. Not very bright. Alright friends, I have got my marching orders. I have my load. Oh, look at the way that guy entered. Nice driving there. Yeah, picking up locally out here. And it's a consolidation load, so I'll probably be here most of the day today. Which is alright. I mean, it's either sit here all day or drive half the day to go somewhere else, right? Doesn't really matter. Plus it gives me opportunity to work on some other stuff I want to do. I want to record a really good Bible break that you've already seen. I always find that funny. What am I going to do for a Bible break? You know before I do, because I haven't recorded it yet. Yeah, but I have a good idea of what it's going to be. Yeah, so anyway, that's about all. We'll make our way to this place here and we will see how long this is going to be. It's a first come first serve. You never know. They may have everything there and we might load right away. But I do know one thing. There's a lot of pickup numbers. There's going to be a lot of paperwork. And I got to send all of this before I even leave the lot. So I don't know how long that is going to take. I don't have a scanner in my truck, which wouldn't be a bad idea actually, but I don't have one. So, but we'll make do. Good morning. Just heading along the Arizona 85. Started my day at about an hour and a half ago, roughly. Made it to Eloy yesterday after I loaded in Rio Rico. That's where I went. It wasn't a very long trip after that. It was only an hour and a half. Didn't need to drive any further than that. It wasn't really going to make much of a difference. My delivery isn't until Friday evening. I got lots of time to get it there. So I figured I would end my day at 9:30 last night, which I did in Eloy at the pilot there, and start my day early this morning, which I did as well. So we've been going, as I said, an hour and a half, and my destination today is going to be Wells. Get into Wells, and then from Wells get to Cle Elum in Washington, and then hopefully start very early on Friday and make my way over to the yard where this load is getting dropped at our yard in Langley. Early enough where I can take care of a couple things. I need to go pick something up at my Amazon box, and I'm having some technical issues again with another GoPro, so I need to take that over to Best Buy and see if they'll send it in for me the GoPro. They can either fix it or replace it, and they'll probably end up replacing it because GoPro doesn't have a fix for the ever so famous freezing up and holding the button down for 10 seconds every time you want to start it. And I'm having an issue with one of my new ones doing that. So, just a heads up, the next trip out probably will not be recorded because I'll be missing one of my GoPros. So, yeah, I just thought I'd give you a heads up on that. It was weird, you know, for a while there, they were all working fine, and then the last time I had an issue with this when I tried to go with the DJI cameras and realized you can't use those close up, so they go blurry on you. So my GoPro was in a box for 1 week. Took it out, everything worked fine. Now it's doing it again. Where just constantly freezing up every time you turn it off. You can't turn it back on. So the voice commands do not work on this camera. And I need that to activate the cameras because I don't like touching cameras while I'm driving. So, just giving you a heads up, next video will obviously be delayed because of more GoPro issues. Story of my life, friends, the story of my life. Well, again, our destination is Wells. I hope you enjoyed the trip today. Good morning. Yes, it's just after 5 a.m. and I'm on my way, just traveling along the US 93, and this would officially be my first bit of snow so far this year, which is really amazing because if I was driving up in Canada, this would have happened probably over a month or 2 months ago. So this is my, first little bit of snow for the year. and stayed in Wells last night. That's where I made it to. And they were expecting snow out there last night, or this morning at 2 a.m. Never happened. But there's a little bit of a storm pocket right around this area and Twin Falls, and we're going to be driving through that today. And then eastward, or should I say westward, it's supposed to clear up and it should be fine. So looks like we're going to be dealing with a little bit of the white stuff here for probably the next couple hours, which is really not that big of a deal. It's not coming down that heavy, but it is kind of neat. It looks, as you can see in the distance there, you can see the lights from the casinos and that. It just kind of provides you a little bit of a haze above everything, which is kind of neat in a way. Hold on here, that's not working. I got a little bit of stuff on my windshield from the sand plow that went. He's been dropping sand everywhere, so that's one of the reasons. That's another thing we did when we were on our reset. We put some 3M film over our headlights, over our driving lights and everything, so it would protect the headlights from the road grime and from the sand and the rocks, because unfortunately the lenses on these trucks, they're not glass, they're plastic, and it doesn't take much for the sand to sandblast everything, and it just scuffs everything up, and you do lose some visibility on the, or should I say, you do lose some aluminum from the lights that project through the plastic, because when it gets scuffed up, you do lose some of the lighting. So we figured, why not put that on there and see if it stays on through the winter. That would be nice. But we did put it on with the heat gun, so hopefully that works out. We'll see. Look at how packed that casino is. I guess people are down here for the Thanksgiving weekend, maybe. I don't know if that's a way I'd want to spend my Thanksgiving. But you know what? When you get into these casinos, you just don't realize the time just passes you by. You don't realize what time it is before you know it. You're looking outside and it's daylight. You're like, wow, we've been in here all day. So there's one other time when I drove through here and I had to stop and use the facilities at the casino, and I walked in and it was like 5 in the morning and people were still in there all gambling. I'm like, wow, they don't even realize probably what time it is. Yeah, when you're pulling those machines and pushing those buttons, I'm sure the time goes by very, very quickly. Yeah, so anyway, what are we at here for elevation? 53. So once we drop down a little bit, things might subside a bit, but this is nothing. This really is nothing. I had somebody that was in front of me earlier, and as soon as the white stuff started to trickle up, boom, they are on their brakes, like this four-wheeler. I'm like, oh, okay, I got to get around this person. So I did. They were probably on their way to jackpot, because tomorrow is technically Thanksgiving. Or is it today? Is today Thanksgiving? I think today is Thanksgiving in the U.S. I know this is delayed, but happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the U.S. today. Yeah, I hope you have a good day. There we go. We can see a little bit more of the snow. I don't know if this will eliminate. That's a little bit. Yeah, you can kind of see it's coming down. The temperatures are only -1, so it's not a big deal. It's not coming down heavy enough for it to stick. But we're finally getting our first taste of snow for the year. My day is over. I've made it to the Cle Elam weight scale over here. This is a nice place to park because there's always parking here. There's a rest area up the road, I think 5 or 6 miles up the road. It's always jam-packed. But I'd rather come here. It's nice and quiet here. It's pretty safe. There's cameras everywhere, so if anything was to happen, you'd have some kind of witness of it. So, yeah, we're finally done, and we had a little bit of snow, as you guys seen earlier, to encounter, and that's okay. Our first bit of snow for the year, and it ain't going to be the last, that's for sure. But I am done. I'm finished with my day, and I'm going to be up very, very early tomorrow to make my way through the Bellevue area to avoid all the traffic. I got a feeling tomorrow a lot of people are going to be staying home, so the traffic is probably going to flow quite well tomorrow, I think. But I want to get back to the yard very early tomorrow because I got things to do, because I think they're going to turn and burn me tomorrow. Because I reset out in Rio Rico, I have plenty of hours to get back south if I need to. So, and as I mentioned before, I think I mentioned it before, there will not be a video in the next couple of weeks because I'm having major issues with my GoPro, the one that's looking at me now. I've got to hold the button down every time I want to use it. I have to hold the button down constantly, and it's an issue. It's an issue because I like to use the voice commands on the GoPro, so I don't actually. Sometimes it works. I notice that sometimes the voice command works and sometimes it doesn't. But most of the time it's not. So if you're noticing I'm not saying a lot while I'm driving, it's because I don't want to be touching the GoPro while I'm driving. I don't want to do distracted driving. So if I can't use the command to turn it on, it's useless to me. So I have to go to Best Buy tomorrow and bring it in and tell them, send this back to GoPro and send me one that works. And so because of it, there won't be a whole lot for videos next week because I need this one. So hope you guys understand that. But I'll be putting out other updates with my phone and that. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I really do. I hope you enjoyed the Bible break. I always love that story about when Peter gets imprisoned and God releases him mysteriously. And unfortunately for the soldiers, they paid the price and they didn't do nothing. But it was a decent video, I think. It wasn't too bad. And I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did enjoy it, please like it and do subscribe if you're here for the first time. Or even if you're a regular that watches the videos and you're, I don't like subscribing to stuff. Well, you know what? It does help us. It helps us, helps people find us, because it works with the algorithm. It's hard to explain. So when you like and subscribe and share it, it really does make a difference. It helps populate our video on other people's feeds more if it's more popular. So there you have it. And the more we can reach out to others with the word of God, the better, right? So dear friends, I hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving, because that's the day it is today, and I know you're not. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, let's just say that. And I did send that message out earlier, but you're seeing this later. It's so weird how this works. But anyway, I'll end it here. God bless you all in the name of Yeshua. Until next time, my friends, bye for now.